If you saw that video I made about the dehydrator, then you know that on the way home I stopped and I found over 70 pounds of chicken wings on sale for $18, and I picked them up. And the only way I've ever cooked chicken wings is on the Weber grill in the summertime, and I'm trying to figure out a way to cook them now. So I did a search online, and it turns out it seems like everybody's using air fryers for cooking these wings. So wife and I did a little search, and we ordered this Gourmia one. Actually, it was from Costco. It was the only nice looking one with the stainless front on it that we could find, and it's a 6-quart capacity, and it's got some kind of a turbo convection on it or something. An aero crisp they call it. It's supposed to make things be crispy and stuff. So I ordered it online because my store didn't have it, and a couple days later it was delivered. And you know, this is basically what it looks like. Came in a pretty good sized box. Box was beat up a little bit on the outside by UPS, but you could see it had plenty of room in there to move around, so it didn't get damaged or anything. So this video is just kind of the first looks at it and first impressions, and in the end I'll be making some bacon. So it was wrapped up pretty nice, had a nice piece of plastic bag around it like that, one of those padded bags, and really wasn't much to unwrapping it. It just that was all it had. Looked real nice. I like the stainless on it. They did a fairly decent job of making it. A couple pieces of tape actually holding the drawer from pulling out there. Now, I've never used one of these before, and I don't know what to expect, so you know, it may take me a while to get a couple of videos out there on it, but it looks like it's going to be a handy appliance. And this one, actually, you can see it's a 6-quart capacity. The drawer there is not too deep. It's pretty big though, and it also came with a additional rack that has 4 skewers with it, and you can use it for stacking stuff too. Came with a little book about instruction manual, and it came with a nice recipe book, and just hope my stuff comes out looking like that because it looks fantastic. And then it had this little card saying that you know, you're gonna smell some hot plastic. Well, I have to tell you, you're gonna smell burning plastic when you first plug it in. So there's what it looks like. That little pan comes out of that little rack comes out of the bottom of the pan, and all looks like it's a Teflon lining of some sort. And I just grabbed a ruler to show you that the pan's just it's about 9 3/4 square on the inside there, about 10 inches on the outside, and just right about 9 3/4, maybe a little bit less at the bottom, but you can see it's really a pretty decent sized pan for an air fryer, and that was one of the reasons that attracted me. I should be able to get, you know, more than half a dozen wings in there, I think. And then it came with this nice little rack that just drops right in there and holds these little shish kebab skewers. You look inside of it there, it's really nothing. It's just a like kind of like a fancy toaster oven with a fan in it. There's a coil up there, a heating coil, and a big fan behind it, and that's basically the whole unit. I mean, it's fairly cheaply made and stuff, lightweight plastic and everything, but looks like it'll get the job done, and pretty much close to a foot square and about 12.5 inches tall. The thing that surprised me was it's supposed to be 1700 watts, and it's only got a number 16 cord on it, it said. So, you know, I guess it must be good for it. But so my wife kicked me out of the house, upstairs in the house at least, when I plugged it in the first time. Here's the next project that I'll be making a video about later. It's that roll around stand with the drawer for the dehydrator that I'm working on right now. But I got kicked out of the house upstairs because I actually plugged it in, and the smell of it was unbearable. It was just burning plastic smell. So I took it down to my shop and ran it for a little while to get the smell out of it. Now I'm going to be making some bacon that we had laying up in the refrigerator. That's my first time ever using a air fryer, so I'm just using the buttons that they have on there, and I just you hit that one little button in the middle that goes through the menus until it gets to the bacon setting, and then you just hit the start there, and it sets itself for 12 minutes and 360 degrees. and cooks itself. So I figure I'm just gonna see what this automatic setting does, and I'm just gonna leave it closed up and let it run. After a couple of minutes, I noticed there was some smoke coming out of the side there, and a little more smell of plastic, but that didn't really last that long. It kind of went away fairly quickly. So the bacon did actually clear all that smell out, so I can bring it back up in the house now and use it. But it really, when I first plugged it in, it had a very disgusting smell that my wife just couldn't stand. It stunk up the whole house. So, I noticed when using it here, the thing's been running for 5 minutes, and it's still basically cool to the touch on the whole thing. So I think it would be safe to use around children and stuff. A little bit of warmth around the just above the drawer there, but otherwise it's just room temperature basically. So I just let it time out. It's 12 minutes, and still basically cool. They say you need 4 inches of clearance all around it though, and there's one little vent in the back that blows out some warm air. But it doesn't get overly hot or anything. Now, last time I cooked bacon on the stove, I was banned from ever cooking bacon on the stove again. So it just made such a big mess that my wife told me don't do it again. So this actually would be a good way to do it if it works. So when it times out, it just kind of shuts off. The fan keeps running. And if you noticed all along, the fan in this thing is really quite loud. It sounds kind of like a jet engine running. But I just pulled it out, and I was really surprised when I looked at it. The bacon came out. It was basically, nice and brown and crispy looking. I thought it was going to be soggy, but it came out really nice looking. It was a little bit overcooked. Next time I'll probably, cut back that factory time by a minute or so. And there was a little bit of condensation around the moisture around the edge here when I pulled it out too. I'll have to watch for. But basically there was zero mess, no spatter, nothing. It really did come out nice. So I'm really impressed for just the first try on this thing. I don't know if it's that turbo technology they've got that does something to crisp things up and make them cook like that or what, but looks like it's going to work good. Now this bacon here is the perfect, cooked wellness to break up for a spinach salad or something like that, but it's just a little too crispy for putting on a sandwich or anything. So, but I just thought I'd just give it a quick try out. Once I got this plastic smell out, I can bring it back upstairs and use it now, and start cooking on a couple other things. And like I said, the big thing going in it are going to be a batch of wings. So now it cooled down extremely fast. A couple of minutes later, I could just pull it out and just check the mess, and the oil was in the bottom. Nothing was really burned in or anything. It looked like it would be all easy to just wipe out in the trash can, and a little bit of goo on that plate that comes out. But the bacon was was really nice. It didn't have a greasy taste or anything either. So a little bit of hot soap and water. I just wiped it out with a paper towel and then soaked it for a second, and it cleaned right up. So it's really a kind of a mess-free way to cook bacon, at least. So the first impressions are really good, and it looks like it's going to be the perfect size for the two of us for just like heating up like the frozen eggplant stuff, or cooking bacon, or cooking some chicken wings up or something like that. And it's going to avoid the big messes that I usually make in the stove and oven, so I think that's a good thing. And I'll be making some follow-up videos on this in the future. Hopefully I can cook in this thing without my wife's help. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.